Missy, she got a pump and sprout up.
Let's get this party started right now. Let's get this party started.
Let's get this party started.
Let's get this party started right now. Let's get this party started.
Let's get this party
Let's get
started.
acquainted. I take my time and explain it the way it should be. I be floating like a frisbee and the beats 132 beats per minute. The only way to get with it is to get
Your girl Missy Mist. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. It's been a minute. I know that it's been a minute. But today I just decided, let me get on here because we had the worst thing happen here in Florida. And I just had to get on and speak about it. It's one of my biggest fears. A school, it's in Broward County, and the school is Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, I believe it is. 17 children and teachers were murdered while in school. A 19-year-old guy, I don't have his name as of yet, but he was a former student of this particular school. He goes, gets a automatic rifle with several magazines and dresses as though he's still a part of the school, gains access, puts on a gas mask, throws a smoke grenade, and then rings the fire alarm. At that point, whoever came out, whatever students came running out, that's who he began to just tear down with his rifle. My understanding is that he reloaded. He was able to walk from, I believe, class to class, or at least from floor to floor. Now, I was at the dentist today, and was about to leave, actually, and one of the technicians came in. We're friendly, and she came and she said, you know, did you hear about the school shooting in Broward? I'm like, Broward? Broward where? She says, I believe in Miramar. My heart dropped because my niece attends a school in that area. So immediately I called her, and thank God she picked up, and she says, no, I'm Missy, this is just so crazy. No, I'm home. That's not my school, but this is terrible. I then got on the phone. I text my friends who are educators in those areas, as well as my friends who have children who attend school in Broward County, period, because I'm kind of out the loop with all my friends' kids and what schools they attend and that type of thing. But I do know that they go to school in Broward. So I was so relieved to hear that. And it still hadn't hit me yet. You know what I mean? Like, today is Ash Wednesday. Today is Valentine's Day. It's just an overall great day for both, you know, those who have faith and also those who are in love. And I'm leaving the dentist. I stopped by and I went and picked up some Baileys for Pat and I to have for tonight. Pick up dinner for us to have tonight. Stopped at CVS. I'm still, you know, making my little rounds. And for whatever reason, my phone was just lagging. And it wouldn't really give me any information, which doesn't always happen. And I said, you know what, this might be God just saying, look, concentrate on the street, drive home. You'll find out all the information you need to know once you get home. Well, I got home. I made, you know, the plates. I divvied it up for everyone in the house, and took a little quick shower and got dressed, you know, in comfortable clothes. And I sat down with my plate to eat. And when I turned on the news, I just began to sob. I sobbed as though they were my children who passed. 17 students and teachers thus far are deceased. Excuse my dirty glasses. My eyes get red when I cry. But 17 are deceased. 3 are still in surgery. and I think another 2 are in critical condition. They have apprehended the boy, and this is where my fear comes into play. Now, my husband is an educator, okay? And I told him recently, you know, when you leave in the morning to go to work, I feel as though you are enlisted in the military and you're going off to your assignment. Like you've been called over to Iraq or somewhere, because you just never know when something like this is going to take place. And I pray that they stop doing this. I mean, of course I pray for that, but I also pray harder that it does not happen to my husband and any of his staff and teachers there. Any of the staff and teachers there. What can I say? I'm afraid. I'm afraid that one day I might get that phone call. I know my husband. I know how much he cares for children. I know he's a responsible dude. That's just who he is. So if he has kids in his classroom and they have whatever codes they call them and they shut down, if someone is coming through their door, he's going to protect them. But with what? His armor, which is his body? We want him to come home just like everyone wants their family to come home. And I just feel as though we should not have to sacrifice our teachers and our students, for that matter, because some ignorant ass decides that he wants to get a gun and go shoot up a school. It's always the same MO, the same background. Now, from my understanding, and again, I'm at the tail end of the story, but my understanding after watching Wasserman Schultz on, I believe, CNN or MSNBC, she stated that this guy, the perpetrator, was said to have mental issues. Okay, he's 19 years old. He shouldn't be near the school, let alone attending the school. And that if anyone, and we all have one of these, we all talk about one of these, we all know one of these. When you say if anyone would go and shoot up a school, it would be this person. Well, the person who has committed this horrific act today, that's his MO. That's his background. That he would be the one. And he was the one. Those type of students are everywhere. Everywhere. At every school. So how do we remain safe? If we're out in the public, we have permits to carry. Both Patrick and I. Most of my family. My dad's a retired Metro-Dade police detective. We are hot. We have guns. However, they are put away. Somebody try and come through here in this house, it's going to be a lot of loud popping going through here, up and down this block. But when you're at work, where you're unable to carry a weapon, and where you should not have a weapon, how do you defend yourself against a perpetrator who is armed to the T? You hide, you duck, you say, Becky, Jocelyn, Keisha, Jose, you'll get behind me and I'll take the bullet. I'm sorry, call me selfish. I want that man to come home to me and his twin sons. What do? How do we protect our children? How do we protect our loved ones? I mean, this junk has me so messed up. My house is asleep. I haven't picked up this camera since I got it for Christmas. But I decided, let me get it out, because I have some stuff to say. I'm worried for us, you guys. I really am. Well, once I get more information on this case, I might come back and just update the information on the actual video. But y'all pray for us here in Florida. Pray for our nation. Pray for the world, because like this is really getting deep and it's hitting home. And it's something that we discuss as a family. So for it to now happen in Broward, which is right up the road. So you sign up for hazardous jobs and you receive hazardous pay. You're paid for the, just in case something happens. Our teachers, they need to reevaluate their salaries. Because at this point, you are locked in a classroom with some students who are not okay. And although mental illness is not their fault, it should not be my burden by way of shooting up a classroom where students are there to learn. There's so many people who you can point fingers at. The parents, you didn't see signs. You don't check your son's room to see if he has a gun. You don't go to the authorities and say, look, he shouldn't have a gun. I know he's old enough. Don't grant the permit. I'll have his psychiatrist give a note. There are things you can do. Your son has already been labeled, apparently, because the schools knew that he had issues. And if anyone would do this type of horrific crime, it would be your son. That's what they're saying. So if they see it and they spend, 8 hours a day with your kid, you live with your kid. And I get it, I'm a parent. You don't want the labels. But you also don't want the stigma. You don't want the blood on your hands. You don't want the nightmares that these 17 people will not ever be returning home to their families. Ever. I'm sick. Anyway, I just wanted to really come on and get this off my chest. Just as an ending, two things, I haven't been on in a long time, and done showing you guys any hair products or anything. My hair basically has just been growing, but I've done nothing with it. Actually, I'm definitely positively going to a mohawk cut with the side shaved down and just the top coming forward. I'm done with the big hair for a while, but I wanted to show you this. This is the Luster S Curl No Drip Curl Activator Moisturizer, Anti-Frizz Formula, paraben free and mineral oil free, and it's for curls, waves, and natural hair. I looked up on this by mistake. When I was growing up, people had jerry curls. I never had one, but people had jerry curls, and you would always see them with the bottle. And first of all, I hated the way it smelled. And when they sprayed it, you would literally see it dripping down their neck or down their head. Well, this is a no drip activator. So I'm going to try and show you here. It literally goes on as though it's a conditioner, okay? And it's best to put on wet hair, and you can just do a nice twist out with it, and it keeps your hair nice and moisturized, okay? The other thing that I wanted to show you guys, now I have cow's licks. I've had them since I was born. I get them from my grandmother, God rest the dead, and I've never ever had any other option but to sport and rock my cowlicks and just say moo 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 and move right along, or take some gel and just fill in with my little baby hair up in this area and lay it down. Cowlicks go back here like this, like this. Well, as you see, there's hair in my cowlicks. Can you see that? I stumbled across Rogaine for women 2% minoxidil topical solution hair regrowth treatment. Now, I purchased the one that has 3 in the box. And what this does, you put it on twice a day, and it drips. Wherever it drips, you will grow hair there. So be very careful. If you do not want a beard or a mustache, don't do it. Some people want the little hair on their forehead. I didn't want that, but I have hair, or fine hair, but you can still see it now, all on my forehead here. So I'm looking like a little, yeah, I won't say it. But all you simply do is put this on twice a day. Understand that the moment you stop using this particular formula, the Rogaine, the hair will stop growing in those areas. You're not going to lose any additional hair, but whatever hair that it happened to help to regrow or to grow, it's not going to stay there, okay? So this is something that's going to be a lifelong thing, okay? But for my hairline, I just wanted to fill in my cowlicks. And like I said, I think it's done a great job. And it's giving me extra baby hair too. It's dry right now, so you can't really see. I have a lot of gray growing in here, but it's growing in so thick, and I'm loving it. See? So, when I do this, has a stopper here. You fill this up to the 1 ml, as it says there, give or take. And then you just take it and put it in your areas, wherever your problem area is. So a lot of girls don't have edges. Try it on your edges, ladies, because I'm telling you, this is the 3rd bottle. So this is my 3rd month, and I love it. I do it at night and I do it in the morning. But again, make sure that it does not drip on your face if you don't want to be goony google with a whole bunch of facial hair. Okay? All gone. And it's just as simple as that. It took me like maybe a month and a half before I started to see a difference. But you definitely will. Okay? Alright, my loves. Thank you so much for your time. And I hope to be with you again soon.